How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good to see you.
I was, okay, we had our mommy visit yesterday. You know my children have different mommies. They do. So mommy nurse is around. We were happy to receive her. I remember she wanted to go to sleep in church and the children were like, lie. You have to be here. I was even surprised Imran, who was a baby at the time she moved, remembered mommy nurse and the hospital. So bonding and receiving family and friends is wonderful.
That's good. Good to see you.
Thanks.
Doctor, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm very good. Had a meeting yesterday on the island, and I'm grateful to God for, you know, when you meet with somebody and even you're still processing what you're trying to do, and the person is like, you are doing so well. God is, I'm like, thank you, because it's just good to have some support. You know, I remember the live you did last week on the book, and you mentioned the fact that you had people, just one or two persons that believed in the dream, told you it was possible and it made sense in such a way that even you, that's probably the little fear you have. So shout out to, if you have someone that is supportive and affirming you, appreciate them, you know, and don't take it for granted. So I felt very affirmed yesterday, and I'm happy. I'm grateful to be on the show. This morning I prayed that there will be no traffic, and I got here in time. Wonderful.
And you live so close by.
I live so close by. I left the house past 8.
You pray for no traffic.
I'm telling you from your area.
That means we'll be fasting.
How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Yesterday was a rest day for me.
Interesting.
I had a lot of things to do, but I said, you see me, I'm going to lie down on my bed and watch Netflix. I was on Netflix from morning.
I haven't watched Netflix in so long, and like the money keeps rolling.
Another feeling.
Yeah, as in I was looking at the work I had, but I said today I would deliberately rest. So I'm realizing that I'm becoming a workaholic. And I never knew I would get to that point. I work 24 hours. Like, I'm always working. The midnight, I'm working.
This is okay. It's the season. Very soon, it's flexing season. Now we do the work.
So I should still be working.
Yeah,
but I rested yesterday anyway. We'll continue the work today.
I'm telling you, that's the same feeling I had, because I'm constantly doing something.
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm constantly working. And I just realized that, you know, I have my dissertation, which is just, oh my Lord.
I've been hearing
I don't envy you.
I cannot wait for you
so
to
finish. Finish, you can't help me.
Finish.
I told the woman, the person that our class supervisor, I said, listen, if I don't do this thing this year, what are the options I have? What are the odds? She now said, it means that first of all, you do it, you graduate next year.
Okay.
And also you pay a fine, and the fine is heavy.
Hey.
It's not worth it. Just
Please
try.
sit down and do
it. I'm trying, but it's not
like you're working how many jobs?
I'm doing so many things.
Like, I cannot even count.
There are 5. 5 things that are all important.
Concurrently.
Yes.
Don't forget to make it up to family.
Family, don't want bed. Family is number 6.
Family.
Family is there.
It's not easy.
Because I was supposed to do something, was it yesterday? I got home, as I was getting home. The kids were already there. Mommy, you're coming out, pulling you. You know, everybody's pulling you for one thing.
And it would be unfair to abandon them.
It would be unfair. And then we have one live, we'll show at 6 o'clock. Then you now have another one, there's a meeting. Can you call committee?
You see this live matter? My husband came yesterday and he saw me live again. He said, again? Like, this is the time for us to talk.
They don't like it.
I mean, this live meeting, they say, no, it has to be there physically. It's just a live meeting. The fact that I'm even away from my children for that 1 hour, is a lot of time.
Balance is key. God will help us.
This is our hustling season.
As in,
may the hustle.
May pay fast.
Somewhere we're in our 50s, and they were now in their 50s.
And travel
just travel around the world.
Yeah.
I have 10
writing
years
books.
to do my final hustle, writing books and traveling, checking out the president and everything.
Amen.
These 10 years.
We're going to invest it.
This is where. Let's go on a break. It's Thursday. It's our Gisting Thursday. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start off now with the nation. INEC 2022 timetable raises political tempo in Ekiti and Osun. Presidency accuses PDP governors of seeking more cash to blow. Ex-bank MD Atuche jailed 6 years for 25.7 billion naira fraud. 2 dead, many injured in Ibadan Motor Park clash. Zenith Bank bags Best Corporate Governance Award. And Ibejuleki Ekpe 6-lane road ready Q1 2022. Well, I can attest to that road because I pass there. I go to Pan Atlantic University every Saturday, and I know the amount of work that is going. There's, in fact, all across the state, there's a lot of road work being done, even on the Ikorodu Road. We tried to take a detour yesterday with the major expressway. The roads were being done. We took a detour to Ikorodu, same thing, road being done. So there's no way you take within Lagos right now. There's road work being done, and it's construction, which is good. And on this Ibejuleki road, I've been there twice, and there's a whole lot of activity going on there. And I mean, I can only look forward to 2020.
So I wanted to take the major headline.
Yeah.
So INEC has, we increased our polling units to 176,846 new polling units, and they removed from mosque, churches, shrines, and places, and those about 749 units that are existing within homes, churches, mosques, and shrines. And then they've increased the numbers, and they've also announced the dates for the elections in Ekiti and Osun to be June 18th and July 18th, respectively, in 2022 for both states. So because of that, immediately formation have started.
Let me quickly take this.
I wanted to take that story in Daily Trust because they had the picture, and it was a really nice, interesting graph. So the Northwest had about 31,000. Then secondly, the South had about 27,000. Then I think next is the North Central, 24,000. Then we have the Northeast, 24,000. Then the Southwest, 21,000. And Southwest and Southeast, 21,000 each, and FCR. So they try to distribute it as evenly as possible.
So the two elections that are increasing the conversations are across party lines now, the Ekiti and Osun. And in Osun, for instance, the party has adopted the incumbent as their sole candidate, but the PDP are saying they've adopted their former candidate, but they have opened room for other people to vie and see.
Okay, another story.
Yes, I want to take the story of Presidency accusing PDP of asking for cash to blow. That was the word. The PDP governors requested for the NNPC, in quotes, break the bank and make more cash available. And the spokesperson, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media, Garba Shehu, said the President proposed no solution to the problems that Nigeria is facing. Instead, they grasp for more money and mourn their lack of access to social media to spread falsehood and hate. The statement is evidence, if there were any needed, to why the President and APC ended the PDP's one-year party rule. So the Presidency is just addressing the fact that the PDP are asking for funds to blow and that they should focus on preferring solutions to the current problems being faced within Nigeria.
Yeah, so in Oyo State, men of the park management system under the leadership of Mr. Mukaila Lamidi attacked shop owners all over this Iwo Road area of Ibadan, Oyo State capital, and it was more like a reprisal attack. They said they've been having issues with the
NUTW.
Yeah, NURTW, yes, they've been having issues with them. So they went into the streets on Monday, and they were attacking shops, getting into phone shops, attacking them. At the end of the day, 2 persons died. So one died from the PMS side, the other person died from the NURTW area. But the government has waded into it. They said government functionaries have tried to stop the escalation of all the incidents that happened. There's heavy security presence, but so far they've not really made a statement as to what is happening.
All right, the bank story, that bank MD Atuche, this case has been in court.
Somewhere else. Okay.
The case has been in court for a while, and now the former, the ex-MD of Bank PHB, Atuche, and a co-defendant, Ugo Anyanwu, were both sentenced to prison. Atuche is going to spend 6 years imprisonment, while Ugo Anyanwu will spend 4 years in prison. They were found culpable of fraud. The volume 25.7 billion naira fraud.
Okay.
Billion.
And yes, and the wife was also in the case, but they discharged the wife that no matter, the EFCC did not have a strong enough evidence to tie the wife into the case, that no matter how suspicious it looks, if it doesn't have strong evidence to tie the wife along into the case,
so these are depositors' funds of
yes, it was mismanagement. The bank folded up now.
And so I'm just wondering
how they are going to compensate.
How is not up to proportion with the number of years of sentence. So we need to up our
Yes.
game. We need to
25 billion. That's the capitalization of the whole bank. And somebody defrauded the bank of the whole
I've just seen the
capitalization.
man relaxing for 6 years after we continue to enjoy the money.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
I think we should amend
The
our
Punch.
laws to determine.
That's what our lawmakers are supposed to be doing. World Bank report on power. FG borrowed 1.3 trillion in 4 years to subsidize consumers and firms. 5 burned to death as diesel-laden tanker detaches and explodes in Ogun. Man plus fiance's murder over 14 million naira. Promises killer herbalist 5 million. Kara suspends 2 top officials for alleged 170 million naira fraud. Soldiers, police, and Motekun hunt bandits over killing of Ondo farmers' children. Amechi blames National Assembly for Ibadan Kano Rail project delay. Travelers to access $4,000 as CBN boosts Forex supplies. And Nigeria becoming killing failed state, says Okoji. Okay, which story are we taking? Let's start with the human interest
The human
story.
interest, yes. So the police on Wednesday paraded 36 suspects, including a female, in connection with various crimes in different locations of the country. And among those paraded was Christopher Akpan, a 54-year-old man who allegedly killed a 45-year-old Defense Corps officer identified as Josephine Cynthia. So Josephine was supposed to be his fiancée, and then they were making plans to get married. I think that was supposed to happen in December 19 to 20. And so she visited him in the house. He killed her. He had already made a plan with somebody else, one Mr. Folabi. And then he killed her. He promised, because he got money from her, the lady has actually been the one spending money on him. And he was able to extort about 14 million naira from her. He promised the Afolabi guy 5 million after the lady has been killed. And so killed the lady, and, you know, with investigations, he's been captured, and they paraded him already, and he's going to be, you know, sentenced according to...
Okay, the major headline caught my attention, and that's because the World Bank report has said that Nigeria is paying less than the production costs for power that we use. According to the report, even though we had privatized the 11 distribution companies and the 6 gencos, Nigeria is still buying electricity from through the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading Company to sell to the discos, and means that, what that means also is that we are paying less than the production costs. So that means we're subsidizing. But even the tariff still does not cover the current cost. It's not cost reflective.
So let me quickly add it to the major headline in The Guardian, because they're trying to sell the transmission company of Nigeria. Yes. Federal government is trying to privatize it. And people are looking at what the mistakes they made were, that, you know, when the privatization of the discos went on. We still have issues of over-generation of power, and we lack the power. The discos lack the power to distribute the excess that they have. We still sell power to neighboring countries because we have excess that we generate. We have a lot of issues concerning, you know, this subsidy being paid, this excess that you're mentioning about, you know, us buying lesser than the actual cost is covered by government in a lot of ways. We also produce the gas. We flare gas here. So a lot of issues that I would love that the World Bank report, yes, it should be more holistic.
All right, there's another story, Amechi.
Yes, I will take Amechi's story. So, the Minister for Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, was in a TV interview, and he mentioned that the fact that the National Assembly are the ones that stalled the rail project from Ibadan to Kano. If we remember, that was the rail project that had clauses that led to investigation. The clauses included the fact that if we did not repay our own part, we'll be forfeiting the assets to the Chinese government. So this happened last year, around May last year, actually May 12 for my birthday. The committee investigated, raised the issue on the floor during the plenary that this contract does not look good. The clauses are not favorable for Nigeria. And the minister is saying that this is the reason why the Chinese might be pulling back, that the National Assembly should not investigate further. So the minister is happy now that the National Assembly has stopped investigating the contract, and now we might be executing the Ibadan to Kano Railroad. But I still have concerns, and I feel the National Assembly should have investigated till the end. We shouldn't just plaster it because we want to have railroad, but we might end up forfeiting a property on our soil to the Chinese government. That question hasn't been answered. If we cannot pay, and it does not look like we can pay. So they were asking that, how do we want to pay this thing?
We might not be able to. So power generation, sorry, I've forgotten this power generation, whatever that we wanted to do is somewhere in Taraba, I think. I'm forgetting the name. We have an issue where we took it back from the original contractors and gave it to another Chinese. And now those ones, we reached an agreement with them in an arbitration arrangement of $200 million that we are owing them now. The federal government has defaulted on that. It was on the front pages of papers on Monday. They defaulted on that. We are at negotiations. They are not even ready to negotiate to reduce. So we can't afford to be chopping this that we are not clear about. Everything should be spelled out in English language.
Read the fine print. We already know that we have to pay. You see, the problem is that we're not making enough revenue to pay. It's not as if we
so we should not borrow what we cannot afford to pay. So if you want to borrow, you are looking at what you're projecting, what you can afford to pay, and you're saying within this number of years you can pay. You are not going to default at all, and you put in the machinery to make sure it doesn't.
When we come back, continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
An improved scientific way to trade in commodities including grains and agro-products. See economies of scale sprouting gives our commodity market in exchange for investors in Nigeria, Africa and beyond. With over 250 hectares of land, adopt our build, operate and transfer, joint venture or buy, own and operate models to ease business. Whatever option you choose, Gezawa is sure to support your investment with our partner financial institutions. See opportunities in hospitality, haulage and logistics, warehousing, export terminals, laboratory services, manufacturing, and more. The first of its kind, fitted with the state-of-the-art 247 commodity exchange trading platforms, constant electricity, storage facilities, over 420 single and luxury shops, CCTV surveillance systems, solar street lighting, freight forwarding, banking halls, and lands. The best Africa offers. So we ask, what does Gezawa mean to you?
Life. It means strange. A new concept.
Beat sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action Toothpaste. Sensodyne Rapid Action Toothpaste. Available in a big 100-gram tube and a small 25-gram tube.
It's scary, isn't it? Putting yourself out there, ignoring the voices telling you can't. Moments like these are when your fight or flight response kick in. Will you step aside? Or will you go for it? After all, what's the worst that could happen? So, keep trying. Don't stop. Don't give up. Push harder. Give it everything you've got. Because nothing is really impossible when you dig deep. Believe in yourself and go for it. Aladana, available in many variants to nourish you every step of the way.
He's falling sick so frequently, either fever or stomachache. I keep him away from junk food.
She also feeds me apples. She says an apple a day keeps...
If you want to keep germs away, then also wash your hands regularly with Dettol soap.
Meaning?
Germs and disease spread through the hand also. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
I just want flex, don't need stress in my life. Avoid the yawa, I no want queue for the bank. Sharp, sharp, I don't open an account. Digital bank, we get the power, now vote. I pay my bills easily, I'm running things like a boss. Collect a loan with no collateral. Vote is the answer. Vote is the way. Vote is the answer. From Polaris Bank, vote is the answer. Vote is the way.
Take control. Download Volt by Polaris Bank. That's VULTE. Visit the Google Play Store or Apple Store now. Volt is available to Polaris and non-Polaris Bank customers. Volt by Polaris Bank.
Illnesses can happen at home too. That's why Dettol and me together will make my baby's home safe and to protect from up to 100 illness-causing germs. That's why moms want to be Dettol. Dettol Sure. We are Dettol, Dettol
Sure. It's scary, isn't it? Putting yourself out there, ignoring the voices telling you can't. Moments like these are when your fight or flight response kick in. Will you step aside? Or will you go for it? After all, what's the worst that could happen? So, keep trying. Don't stop. Don't give up. Push harder. Give it everything you've got. Because nothing is really impossible when you dig deep. Believe in yourself and go for it. Aladana, available in many variants to nourish you every step of the way.
News on social online media. Baba Jesha, Nollywood actor, arraigned in court. INEC removes voting points in mosques, churches, and shrines. I think we took that already. Ekiti Oshun governorship polls hold June, July 2022. UTME 2021 JAM blacklist 18 CBT centers. Gunmen set ablaze home of Imo lawmaker and behead guard. Hey. Zenith Bank named Africa's best in corporate governance and financial services 2021. Tanker explosion claims 7 lives in Ogun. All right, let's start with the major headline. Nima Akasha.
So at the House of Representatives Committee public hearing on the Committee on Information's public hearing, the Minister for Information announced that the NBC, the NBC code, as the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation's law, be amended to cover internet by private broadcasting stations as well as online broadcast media, so that they can also regulate as far as that, as we did now, only us and they regulate, but now everybody that, wants to float a channel or anything online will have to get license, and they can be regulated by the NBC if this law is proposed. People have gone ahead immediately, everybody that have mouth, to condemn it, to refuse that this will affect freedom of law and a lot of other things. I think that it's because of the way we do regulation here that we have a problem. Around the world, in the US now, they regulate Twitter there, and they regulated Twitter in such a way that when the head of the government himself, last administration, that's Trump, was tweeting terrible things that affected the core of their democracy,
took him down.
They allowed Twitter to also flag him down. But you know the way it is in Nigeria. There's a law we had, the Queen can do no wrong, that we adopted from the colonial masters, and we still have it. That's where
but the thing is, if the
regulation is okay.
The regulation is okay, but I think we need to start doing things early and make the procedures and guidelines plain to people. We have independent people who want to work online. We have the corporations. We shouldn't all be regulated the same way. Those are some of the things that we need them to spell out for us, so that we can trust them.
For the online, because the platform is not that of NBC, so YouTube, all of them, they belong to private businesses.
Yeah.
As far as the TV station and co, they are doing their tax payments, they should be left. The regulation should not be the same standard.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
All right, let's find another story in Daily Sun.
Yes, Imo. So gunmen attacked Imo lawmaker, Ekene Nodimele, and they came to his house at about 1 a.m. yesterday, and they didn't find him. So in anger, they attacked the security guard. He was trying to escape. They surrounded him and beheaded him. They did not just behead him, they took his head away, just left with it. So the guy, when he came back, he was in so much shock. He had like a little interview, and he was explaining he didn't understand what has been happening. in that same Imo State, there was another APC chieftain who was also beheaded. They went straight to his house and they beheaded him. So I really do not understand the position of the state government in what is happening in Imo State. Why have they not fished out these unknown gunmen? They keep being unknown. Can't we find them? What is happening? Now they behead and carry head away.
Security is a major issue across the country, but then politicized insecurity is also a major issue. So these are of a particular
Okay, let's move on quickly.
The sad story, our heart goes out to the 7 people that died at the tanker explosion that happened in Agilete along Uwodeji Roko Road, Yewa South, local government of Ogun State. The standard 33,000 liters of tanker was descending a steep slope and
it detached of the tanker and exploded and killed people. The National Spill and all of that association that announced yesterday that they have a device that will be installed in the tankers, can use this as case in study and immediately install. So
what would the device be doing?
They have an anti-explosion device that reduces the impact of tanker explosions that they had proposed.
Let's move on quickly now to the News Direct. Passage of PIB will stop downstream problems, says Ipman. Picture here of the Yaba bus terminal commissioned by Lagos State Governor. Someone who's British investors with investment opportunities. Fresh borrowing naira devaluation to push Nigeria's debt to 38 trillion naira. Dangote Cement announces issuance of 50 billion naira bonds. Okay.
Did you see that bus terminal?
I saw the bus terminal, though. I thought I was in London.
Mega city loading.
Have you passed
I haven't been
No,
yet.
it's
I
called
haven't passed
ultra modern.
No, I'm just saying mega city loading because if you have like 2-3 of this, you can. Topper that like selfie. Topper will be selfieing everywhere in Lagos. This is
I don't place for selfie because
it's beautiful.
In that trace.
I thought it was an airport. Now it's only airport that they used to find like
We're
this.
getting
So I know
there.
somebody who actually took the train. I mean somebody and she actually enjoyed the trip. The only issue was that when you land, you now have to start looking for transportation to take you to your own destination.
So those are ideas for business. Oh yeah, train terminal taxis. People should float it sharp. Who can give me 12 cars? Let me just start Uber right there.
I'm telling you. Okay, so
the governor was weighing. There was a meet the governor of Lagos State investment and business opportunities meeting had. It's a webinar. The idea was to create a platform for more interactions from the British government, from British investors to Nigeria in a public-private partnership system. And the governor said that they've made a lot of things, listed incentives that are on ground for them, including the fact that security operation in Nigeria, according to the governor, 2,000 high-definition cameras, and with close to 200 of those already up and running. So they are provided for 2,000, 200 are already running, and they'll be implementing the remaining. He said that improvement for educational system, 100,000 people were trained in codes within Lagos, and an initiative to sort of like improve what's going on. Spoke about the roads, spoke about...
All right, we have to move on. But I think I'm happy that Lagos State is moving and Mega City is loading.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our final paper, Daily Trust. 774,000 jobs, thousands of participants yet to get stipend. Why Buhari's directive on cattle routes is necessary and possible. Let's find the story not taken. Gunmen raise Imo lawmaker's house, behead guard. We talked about that already. Let's take the major headline and I'll take the other one.
Yes, so we know about the 774,000 jobs that were meant to be given to recruits by the federal government as a way of supporting them for a couple of months. So it was supposed to end in April. And, the Daily Trust carried out a report and realized that most of them have not been paid. They are claiming that they've not paid them. They are yet to receive their 20,000 naira. Some were paid for just a month. Others said they paid them just 16,000. They reduced the amount from 20 to 16. Yes. Some said they were not even posted anywhere to work at all. And so they are calling on the federal government. Why are you laughing? The federal government to investigate. But the Director General of the National Directorate of Employment, ND, Abubakar Nuhu Fipo, confirmed that, actually not all the 774,000 people have been paid, but it's due to bank delays. They are still not, have concluded their authentication, their BVN, their account numbers.
We have to run, but I want to take this very important story because a gentleman, Dr. Momale, he's the technical advisor to the Minister of Agriculture, and Rural Development. And he was saying that our president's statement on the Gazette, saying that the Attorney General should go dig out the Gazette on the grazing routes for cattle. And he was saying that we shouldn't discard it. In summary, he was saying we shouldn't only discard it. And that what we need to do is review and study these areas to set where we have potential, reacquiring these areas and in accordance with the existing laws of those states developing these areas. So he understands that yes, there's been development, their states have been created, but what the president's utterance means is that let us see if we can even reconcile the former grazing routes with the current laws.
I disagree. We're a moving nation and we are growing.
We should be going forward.
Urbanization is happening across the country. Let him just rest it and follow what Honorable Senator Ajibola Bashiru, the APC, the spokesperson of the Nigerian Senate, who told the president that these grazing laws are not federal. They are regional. So the northern states had them, and some states domesticated them in their state laws. And not all of them. You even mentioned, I think, one of the states that didn't domesticate that law, and it doesn't also apply southwest. And it's a law that is in conflict with our Land Use Act. So it's a law that is redundant and outdated. Why we bringing it back? Once it's in conflict, we need to settle these issues in court and see which one will take precedence. It's not by somebody's declaration. It has to be by a court pronouncement.
Do we even have time? We should go and relax. We should do ranching.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, it's Thursday. We're gisting all the way. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Making the incredible affordable.
You have been at the stage long enough. It's time to become a master and move from noisemaker to newsmakers. The countdown starts now to the most profound global transformation conference of this year, the Mid-Year Crossover Prayer and Prophetic Summit 2021, hosted by Dr. Chris Okafor, ministering Prophet Jeremiah Omotel Fufe, Brother Joshua Iginla. Date June 28 to July 4th, 2021. Time 5 p.m. daily. Thursday and Sunday, time 7 a.m. Saturday, 3rd of July, partnership impartation. Venue, Grace Nation International, 9 to 12 Oshofisan Street, off Odozi Street, Ireke Bus Stop, Ojudubega, Lagos, Nigeria. Be uplifted with music by Eban, Joe Praise, Gabriel Peters. Don't miss out. For more inquiries, please call.
Like every mother, I'm worried about dangerous insects, especially mosquitoes, which spread diseases like malaria to my loved ones. This year, I'm not afraid. I'm using new Mortein Instakill. New Mortein Instakill's improved formulation knocks down mosquitoes 2 times faster. Not even a single mosquito is spared because even one mosquito bite can cause malaria. Mortein Insta knocks down mosquitoes 2 times faster.
Auntie, is you? Thanks. I'm just tired. Your heart could be complaining about getting weaker by the day.
This short piece of bread can be your heart warning you.
Johnny, how many times should I?
I know. Chest pains may be my heart, and I need to watch what I eat.
Unbranded cooking oils may contain high levels of trans fat and cholesterol, which clog your arteries, making it difficult for your heart to pump blood. Nowadays, it's even more important for you to embrace a healthy lifestyle and put your heart and family first. Use Power Oil. It is free of cholesterol and trans fat. Power Oil for a healthy family.
Power oil, hey, power oil. He's falling sick so frequently, either fever or stomachache. I keep him away from junk food.
He also feeds me apples. She says an apple a day keeps...
If you want to keep germs away, then also wash your hands regularly with Dettol soap.
Meaning?
Germs and disease spread through the hand also. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known, for when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Thanks for staying with us. So today we want to bring up an issue that many married women are going through. So a woman posted on her page saying that, does looking good and paying attention to yourself mean that you're cheating on your spouse? And let me give you a bit of a foundation. This is somebody who obviously is beautiful and she's doing well. She earns a good salary, possibly more than her spouse, you know, and she wants to look good and feel good. But looking good to her spouse means she's still selling markets, or she's still putting herself out there, and she's still trying to attract other people. And she's having that conflict of personality. Should I look good for my spouse alone? Or can I look good because I'm just a woman and I feel like looking good? That's our conversation today. You can share your thoughts with us. You can call us on 081-270-53687 and also 091-390-76948. You can also send us messages on Facebook and YouTube. We'll definitely read your messages. All right, Nima, let me start with you because, I wanted to hear your thoughts on this. Everybody says, you're young, look good, don't look old, don't look, and you want to look fine. Your husband will still say, why are you dressing up? Why are you going out looking like that? And I'm thinking, they are confused. What exactly do you want a woman to do?
Well, that's the school that me I am now. So you're married, you're done displaying. You're done open market. When you're done with open market, you're not in a private arrangement and you protect the interests of your partner or party in that arrangement. So if you like to look good, dress good, once the door is locked, you can start to do it. But some women would invest so much when they're going out, and once they come in, fling that, fling this, and they just look like somebody's mother inside the house. That's the look you can go out with. If you want to look corporate, it's a different matter, but not dress to kill, dress to look good. When your partner is not there, it's good the man is asking, exactly what are you marketing?
Yeah.
That's
so,
all.
BC, what are your thoughts on this? Because, it's people like you, personal development coaches, who tell us, you gotta look good, you have to dress the way you want to be impressed, addressed, all these kind of things these motivational speakers tell us all the time. And yet we do that, and our spouses are feeling threatened by our look.
So I think it's unfair that we don't expect people to love themselves and take care of themselves because they are in quotes in marriage. I think it's very unfair. And I think it's time that we start putting ourselves in people's shoes. Why do you do what you do? What's the intention behind how you're looking? If you're someone who likes to look good all the time, are you looking good because you want somebody else to say hello to you even after you're married? Or you're looking good because looking good makes you feel good? So I think it's the husband's responsibility to find out why, since he has a problem with his wife looking good, because I know some men that you have to look hot. They are proud of you when you look hot. They make you, they buy the things and make you look. Sometimes when I dress up and I'm stepping out, my husband will be hailing me. His head is swelling like, he will say, turn around, turn around, turn around. Am I the one that married this one? You know, when he was doing his own photo shoot and he just wore one white danchiki, like when he stepped down, I was like, ha! Oh, I started praying for him. I was impressed the way he was looking. Because it's a thing of pride that you have someone who's willing to look after themselves. A lot of people go to therapy because they've not learned the art of taking care of themselves. It's a process, self-care. And then the children come, you focus all the attention, and before you know it, you wear out, you are depressed, you become resentful as you are getting older. If the man has insecurities, he should discuss with his wife. Why are you looking? No, yes, now tell your wife. Why an insecurity issue? Because he feels you are looking good. Wait, let me land though. He feels you are looking good because you are still selling market so that somebody else will admire you. Because he's afraid that the wife is bigger than him. He's insecure.
So I think that we should stop. Letting women take responsibility for a man's insecurities, and we should stop blaming the wife for a man's inability to appreciate his wife. You know. Many times, what we see happen is people are scared. They are scared that they cannot handle the woman, that they are not pleasing the woman, that they are unable to satisfy her. So if I know that I have satisfied my wife, I have handled my wife, I have taken care of her, even if she's looking drop dead gorgeous, when she goes out, what can you tell her that I have not told her? So what can you do? What can you do? You cannot do anything. I have already finished her. I have filled her cup to the brim. Full to overflow. Overflowing. So but when men do, when a lot of men are doubting, yes, they doubt themselves. When they see their package that God has blessed them with, they are now scared that somebody will steal their blessing. It's your blessing. Nobody will steal your blessing. Nobody can cherish your blessing. Cherish your package, and then you are not under any threat from another man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we went to the root of the matter.
Which root?
Insecurity.
Yeah. So the men who, I'm sure both of you would have dressed up one time or the other. Maybe just a little bit too much. And mom said, no, just a little bit too much.
They said this.
Just a little bit too much. I'm mentioning men that they are insecure.
No, it's not in my house. So
the kind of dressing that I dress inside, I dare not dress it outside.
And your own is different.
No, this is, forget the religion. Even me, in my mind, I know. And now that I am Mrs. Muhammad Zibiri, I dare not dress it outside. I will not even dare it. The kind of things I do inside. My auntie, my neighbor that visited, she was looking at me while I was cooking. Shele, you are. Imagine it was my husband thinking, where are you going? What I was doing.
But it also depends on your occasion.
But some women overdo it. There's a line when you're married. You know the interest you protect as a single girl. It's your interest. 110% you don't owe nobody. But when you have signed that dotted line, you calm down on some things. You don't need your man to tell you his interest at this point, something is shaking it. You want to look good because you're 100% selfish. You'll be concerned about what he thinks. Here, it is exempted for those whose husbands say, I want to display you, you are my ornament to the world. But if your husband has some reservations about it, respect him. Because it's the same thing that some women don't know. You are with your husband, or your husband cannot provide certain lifestyle. Well, you're asking your ex-boyfriend to provide the lifestyle for you.
Let me go on a break. You see, there's a thin line here. If your husband makes you sexy, looking hot,
thank you,
and then you get married,
and says,
now wants to be
cover everything.
That's where the conflict is. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Mommy is ready to receive me a bundle of joy. Mommy is making my home cleaner and safer. We are Dettol Sure.
Illnesses can happen at home too. That's why Dettol and me together will make my baby's home safe and to protect from up to 100 illness-causing germs. That's why moms want to be Dettol Sure.
We are Dettol Sure.
Like every mother, I'm worried about dangerous insects, especially mosquitoes, which spread diseases like malaria to my loved ones. This year, I'm not afraid. I'm using New Mortein Insta-Kill. New Mortein Insta-Kill's improved formulation knocks down mosquitoes 2 times faster. Not even a single mosquito is spared because even one mosquito bite can cause malaria. Mortein Insta knocks down mosquitoes 2 times faster.
Guys, we can't leave. We've got to finish the client's order tonight.
This time?
How about some top tea to cheer us up?
Only 1 bag of top tea makes 2 strong cups, so taste to know more flavor, enjoyment, friendship, and upliftment.
Wow, this looks gorgeous. Beautiful.
Taste to know. Top tea.
We're starting the happiness movement with Molfix.
For baby's happiness, it is important to choose a dry diaper because with a dry diaper, babies do not have rash and are comfortable.
Nigeria's #1 choice of mothers, Molfix Air Dry, has the dryness all the mothers dream of because it's ultra absorbent and ultra breathable, so it stays dry and does not leak. Our babies do not have rash. Come on, mothers, try Molfix and join our happiness movement.
From every angle, from every view, forever my baby, I'll always have my eyes on you. From north to south, from the east to the west, you drive my heart, I always have my eyes on you. And yes, it's true, you remind me of a lovely picture, it's true, I can't deny. I've got my eyes on
If you truly love it, get the Leadway Auto Insurance now.
I've got my eyes on you.
Leadway Assurance, insuring happiness since 1970.
Now we get the vibe, yo yo. Enjoyment, celebration, na na na.
Think Chapman. Drink smooth. Like every mother, I'm worried about dangerous insects, especially mosquitoes, which spread diseases like malaria to my loved ones. This year, I'm not afraid. I'm using New Mortein Insta-Kill. New Mortein Insta-Kill's improved formulation knocks down mosquitoes 2 times faster. Not even a single mosquito is spared because even one mosquito bite can cause malaria. Mortein Insta knocks down mosquitoes 2 times faster.
He's falling sick so frequently, either fever or stomachache. I keep him away from junk food.
She also feeds me apples. She says an apple a day.
If you want to keep germs away, then also wash your hands regularly with Dettol soap.
Meaning?
Germs and disease spread through the hand also. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still on this conversation, and we'd definitely like to hear from our viewers. Don't forget to call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also send messages on YouTube and Facebook. Now, so still on this issue, there, as I said during the break, a young girl, you look a certain way, attractive, you weave, your hair, you take care of your skin, you do all those things, the man sees you, he likes you, falls in love with you, and then wants to keep you in the house separately from everything else. So he wants to change who you are, who he saw you to be, into somebody else. And this lady is saying, listen, this is who I am. I like to look good outside. I like to take care of myself, my skin, and so why do men have that problem with their women wanting to look good outside?
There's this joke that if you want a born again, if you know that you can go to MFM, you can go to Deeper Life, you will see them. You will see single babe that is like Inima, like this, cover everything. You did not marry her. You see the one that her nails very short, you did not marry her. You now saw the one that has long nails, long lashes,
orange color,
wearing everything. You now marry that finish and say,
I want to turn her to Inima.
She should wear long dress. That is very, very wrong.
Wicked.
You should choose the one that suits you, the one you can live with the long term. Don't try to start transforming babe on the street to babe in church.
Let me agree with you. But the one that you now married from those places that you mentioned, that now come to your house and just discover herself, because this is doing self-discovery. She now discover herself and says that your interest is not matter. And when they were taking the vow, you were saying for better, for worse, your interest, my interest, I love you to death, what part. You don't know that you will love his interest and all of that. It's not about you alone. When it comes to marriage, in fact, you doesn't exist again. It's us as one.
Let me take this call. Come to the okay. Good morning. Are you there? Hello,
we lost that.
Go ahead,
so
please.
I think there are two issues there. Let's not join them. There are people who, in the course of marriage, starts, bloom. Yes, they begin to discover themselves. Yes, begin to discover. Yes, now you are blooming, you are discovering yourself and all of that. So at that point, it's a different conversation that you need to find a way to carry your spouse along. What we are talking about is those ones that feel your shine is too much. It's burning us, and they want to use basket to cover it. Pick who is your spec. You see them, because the truth is, most of this time we hear women pretend. They don't pretend, they show you the signs. But you see the one you want to see in your head. Once she comes in, I can control her. I can change her to be what I want her to be. You have no right to do that. It's unfair. Let's take the Kanye West and what's her name? Kim
Kardashian.
You know, they started, it was even Kanye that helped build Kim the way she was, and her brand restructured to make her brand a sexy brand. Then he gave his life to Christ all of a sudden. And then he started talking to her, you are showing too much, I don't like. Immediately, I saw that first video where he complained about her dressing and everything. I knew the marriage was going to hit the rocks. Because one person had evolved to a different direction from how they started. And it would be unfair to push the other person when they are not ready for it. So let us call a spade a spade. If you know what you like from the beginning, that is all those ones that like Bobby used to fly up and down, please, marry that one. And take home.
They really mean anything.
No.
You see that it's flying up and down. Buy brown.
No, it's not about buying brown.
It's not about buying brown.
There's another perspective that you might open up to market. And then when you have already, the market has been bought. You cover it.
No, the truth is, you think they are opening up to market. They are not. This is who they are. Oh. That's it. That's what we need to feel.
Exhibitionists.
Exactly. Okay, we feel there are people who just want to buy market. This is who they are. Even after you have bought them inside, they will still open because it's their style.
You not marry somebody that's not wife material.
Let me take this call. Antonia, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Sorry. Why are you losing them?
Okay, let's try to take over. But you see, okay, I want us to have some kind of learning from this conversation because there are women. There's a woman right now complaining, and she's not looking overly. She's not selling market.
Good, yeah.
She's not trying to sell market. She's married. She respects her husband. She's packaging herself properly. But the man, as we said, is insecure. But when a man is insecure, the question therefore is that if you know your spouse is insecure, can you tone down your dressing and appearance for his sake? Or do you still be yourself? Because it is you.
No, wait. Let me ask a question. Be yourself. Dress good. Let's define what dressing good looks mean.
It's relative.
What is being yourself?
It's relative.
Dressing good is not exhibition. Dressing good is not exhibition. Wait. So women are not wife material at all. Dressing good is not.
It's what I'm wearing you cannot wear. And dressing good.
You're right. I can wear what you're wearing. Let me
hear your house.
Can you wear what she's wearing?
She can wear it inside her house.
But not outside.
No, please. The first thing let's deal with the issue.
Pause. Let me take this. I don't want to lose the call.
Okay.
Hello. Good morning. Are you there?
So the first issue is dealing with an insecure man. There's no longer I in a relationship. There's no longer I want to look good for myself in a relationship. And I've heard that word many times. Even sometimes I've used it in my marriage. I'm not dressing for me anymore when I'm married. I'm dressing for us. I'm no longer one individual. I'm now a part of it. Yes, we are one. How I look reflects on him. How he looks reflects on me. So I want him to look good so I can be proud of him, and I have to look good so he's proud of me. If my look is embarrassing him, then I must change the way I'm looking.
So that is one.
I like that. So if your husband is insecure, tone down. You can call it insecurity.
It's insecurity.
It's insecure. So if your husband is insecure, so you can tone down for his sake.
Yes. And help him deal with the issue he has. The issue of insecurity will not be changed if I keep flaunting my confidence in front of him. I now need to work on his insecurity, get him advisors, get him a counselor, get him a coach, so that I would boost him to the point where he now say that, I know you used to like dressing good before, you used to like these long weave-ons. I wasn't comfortable with it, but now I'm comfortable enough in myself to let you shine. We must be able to move men in that direction when we see them there. But if your goal is to keep your marriage, then you must find a way to compromise for things to work.
I like the way Nima is going to.
Yes, I like yes, we're not together. I like the part of compromise, because that's what marriage is all about. You're supposed to understand each other and find ways to, you meet me halfway, I'll meet you halfway. However, there's a thin line between that and having somebody just change your whole life. Because I've seen people who, because they cut from here, they cut from there. One person is the one constantly doing the compromising. And at the end of the day, they say, whoa, I've lived all my life like you. I can no longer stand it. So for us to avoid that, first, is to find somebody that is your spec. So that at least you know, anywhere you are going to, you know how you're working it. Second, if you have found that person and you realize that her shine is too much, she's showing off and all of that, explain to her the reasons why you feel she should tone down and get her to that place where she agrees to tone down. Don't lord it over her to say, because I'm the man of this house and I feel you are cheating or something and something, you are going to do it this way.
Let me take this call from David. David, are you there? Hello, David. I think our phones are. Hello, David, are you there? Any comments from Facebook? Okay, let's talk about compromise, because, I mean, compromise. Let me discuss compromise for a second, because I know that there are a lot of things I had compromised as a person, as a woman, because for marriage sake. So recently, my husband was singing some songs that I used to sing before I got married. I mean, this is the kind of song that I used to like. These are R&B songs that when I initially got married, it may look as if R&B is not even, don't even try any R&B here. He doesn't like R&B. He only like this kind of a pop. Doesn't do R&B, doesn't do anything that was just rap. Somehow, yeah. His own was pop. And because I was compromising, like, because in the house I wanted to play these songs, he didn't allow me to play these songs. He wanted to play his kind of songs. So I compromised and allowed his songs. But now we've been 10 years in marriage, and he sings all this R&B. I think, so you know, where did you? So you know R&B. So you know this song. You know, and okay, I used to say, why did you play that as if you did not like those songs? So it's now me, I want to now come back fully. Yeah. But as a woman, when you say compromise, was it right for me to allow him to have his way? Or should I insist that, no, I like R&B, we are going to play R&B in this house? That's the conversation I want us to have. Like, compromise. How far is too far in compromising in marriage?
Yes, so I've realized that over time.
Oh, is a phone call? Can I have a phone call? Good morning, are you there? Finally. Hello, are you there? Please don't listen to your TV, listen to me. Okay. Hello, are you there? I have to go on a break. Yeah, good morning. Please turn down the TV and listen to me. Thank you.
How are you?
Yes, good. Would you like to contribute?
Yes.
Yes.
You are looking good.
Thank you, sir.
And I really appreciate your topic today.
Thank you, sir.
But one thing I want us to understand is that there's no perfect guy or perfect lady outside. We all work on ourselves. And if we are working on ourselves, and if I trust my wife and there's security, she can dress anyhow that suits me. At times, if she is dressing and the dressing is not good enough for me, the way I want her to do, I can just adjust that. Why don't you put it this way? And make sure you are different outside. Because one thing is that no matter how you are rich, you're supposed to show from your wife the outfit and everything. And the mistake we guys are making is that if my wife cannot please me with a dress the way I like, I will start looking outside. So instead of me going outside, why can't I put that thing I want outside in her so that I will be able to look outside? Then there will be a perfect trust. And I will make sure I'm secure. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Auntie, is you. Thanks. I'm just tired. Your heart could be complaining about getting weaker by the day.
This short piece of bread can be your heart warning you.
Jolly, how many times should I?
I know. Chest pains may be my heart, and I need to watch what I eat. Unbranded cooking oils may contain high levels of trans fat and cholesterol, which clog your arteries, making it difficult for your heart to pump blood. Nowadays, it's even more important for you to embrace a healthy lifestyle and put your heart and family first. Use Power Oil. It is free of cholesterol and trans fat. Power Oil for a healthy family.
Power oil, power oil.
I'm about to write my senior WAEC. I'm trying to do better than what I did in my junior WAEC.
When it's time to write an exam that's based off of everything you've learned and you realize that you don't know enough, it's pretty scary.
Before you listen, I wasn't studying too effectively. Thanks to my amazing dad. When he found out about you lesson, we decided to just give it a try.
So I downloaded the app and I found myself really understanding.
I was able to depend on them to teach me, explain stuff to me so I would understand it easier.
There is an app that can help you every day, whenever you need it, and it's really good at what it does.
YouLesson for exam champions. Download now on Google Play Store and subscribe.
Ankara shopping with
That one no fine.
No, it's too dull. This one.
Oh wow, it's beautiful. Mama, this fabric, it won't fade though.
Yeah. Look, make I tell you something. The new area Ankara, it go take good care of it. Right? Not lie, not true. But the price cheap.
Try new Ariel on your Ankara and colors now.
Can you see me down? We just having a good time. And I'm feeling so good now.
I dey come now, you go see me now. You go.
Call your body and everybody, yeah. Make we start to the corner.
You go see me now.
Everybody, they dance.
Where you dey now? You go see me now. I'm fine, sir. Even me, I surprised.
Hey, where you at? We go Mexico, we go Jericho, I go let you go.
Hello, how are you?
Tell us what truth nobody knows.
I like to steam it from my mama pot.
Glow, the best data plans in town. Dial *777#.
Bye.
Don't worry, dear. I'll take care of it. How do you manage to keep your fabric so white? Wow! And how do you manage to keep your house this clean?
I always use Hypo to make our white clothes whiter and to keep our home clean and germ-free.
Make your white fabrics whiter and your home free of illness causing viruses and germs with the disinfecting power of Hypo Bleach.
Turn around and get inside. Only I cool down for Jesus. Waiting.
In Nollywood, we know how to give a good shout.
Look at the arrange myself for.
Because if we don't, you just won't get it.
Take it away.
Begin now. One day, we bite you. Don't worry.
That's the way it should be. Oh, yeah.
Shouting is fun when it's dramatic.
staying with us. So we're still on this matter. So before the break, I asked, what's the role of compromise in marriage? How does the woman know how far or how to go in issue of compromise? BC, you want to take that?
Yeah, so there's something I also realized in the course of having, talking to a lot of women who needed one advice or the other. We all are supposed to have our own personal identities. We are supposed to be whole human beings. Then when we come together, can two work together except they agree? We come with two full heads and pull it together and work well. But the problem I see is that sometimes a lot of women allow their partners to swallow their identity. So they lose themselves. They no longer are, I'm no longer a BC, I'm no longer a top air, I'm now an Ugo, so to speak, and I can't even define where BC is or where BC starts and where BC ends. The most healthy thing to do is to have your own person, have your partner understand that this is who I am. I can bend in some ways to accommodate, and you too come halfway and meet me. Let's work at that space. But when we are doing our different things, you should be able to say, this is who she is, this is what we don't have to have the same best food. We don't have to have the same best drink. We don't have to have the same best color. I should have my own and you have your own.
People find themselves that married.
Yes, no.
They didn't know more about themselves. So
before they got into the marriage.
So when you enter the marriage, you begin to find yourself.
That's where conversation, sorry, let me just wrap this up. That's where conversation comes in. So because we want to keep this marriage so bad, the society has made it that if you are not married as a woman, you are not successful. The things we're supposed to look at our husbands in the eye and say, this is me, oh. This is how we can do it. We swallow it. Let me keep the marriage. Let me be seen as a good wife. Let me be seen as this. I hope you are ready to keep it till the end of days. Because at some point, you will get tired.
So
be you. I use the example of songs.
Speaking to your question, I believe that compromise is healthy. Compromise is essential to your marriage because you're two different human beings. I grew up in a single unit family. I see my dad. My dad comes back from work. Everybody is watching TV in the house. My husband never had the father figure. His father died when he was like 6 months old. The relationship that I have with I have just two. I'm the only child. We are always together. He doesn't have it at all. So we are two different people from two different worldview, and we are meant to now become one. From the biblical point of view, we are meant to become one. For you to become one, there must be compromise. I will give in terms of the TV I'm watching. You will give in terms of the movies you are watching. The compromise needs to be a healthy compromise. If not, one person is becoming a servant in the relationship, where that person loses him or herself entirely to the other person. So nobody must dominate. We must submit one to another.
But that's not what we see.
That's not what we see. So I feel that compromise should happen, and women should. Men and women should be sensitive to themselves, so that when they start feeling resentful, because when you compromise for too long, you will start resenting the person that I have given up. I've given up onions. I don't even know myself again. In this, who am I in this relationship? When you start being resentful, discuss it and tell your partner that I can't take this anymore. You need to give me something.
Give me small.
Do we think that? Because I think that healthy jealousy is very important in marriage. So you can allow a lot of things, but you draw the line on certain things that this is for me alone. It is your wife.
Even God says, I am a jealous God.
Yes, now you went out, married your wife,
paid the bride price.
In this whole world, if there's anyone you can make demands on, is that one person. Because I personally, I've done it a few times. So if my husband does it of me, I don't think I should scream. I don't allow my husband go out in certain kind of dressing. I pick his clothes, I do to date. So if he's dressing in shorts, I take it away immediately.
I bully on him.
You can't be wearing shorts. You are wearing shorts. Can I wear mini skirt and gown? All of us, we will cover up.
Honestly. But I think this is deliverance for some Muslim women who don't know how to speak up within their marriage, which is very important.
I picked the designer that designs my husband's clothes since I got married to him. And I can tell the designer, what did he draw? What did he not draw? No draw that one.
But you see, let me use myself as an example because yes, you're right. We all compromise. You know, I had a lifestyle before I got married. I had like I said, my mother would sit me like, Auntie, you're getting, take it easy. We can't be baby like this anymore. Take it easy. So yes, I was groomed and prepared. My mindset was prepared. But it was like I am growing. I'm becoming myself. I'm discovering myself every single day. And as you grow in marriage, I am being accepted for who I am. So I have a husband who is seeing me grow, seeing me change, and is accepting my changes. And he likes it, but he's telling me that So why didn't you do this? Why didn't you show this side of you in the beginning? Why didn't I see it?
So maybe if you had been comfortable enough to tell him, these are the things I do, I cannot stand it, we have accepted it.
Because so he was listening to what's this song? This is it DMX or something? And I was like, you know DMX? Like, yeah, of course not. I'm like, yeah, I used to like DMX back then. So it was the thing that gradually, but the beauty of it is that we grow together. Yes, as a woman, you might compromise, you might drop a few things because of him. But as you grow together, grow such that both of you still accept each other, even as you get revealed.
Let me take it from that. So maybe he wasn't that person, but he's growing to be more liberal to the kind of person. No, not just because of you.
Generally.
Just as you're discovering yourself, he's also discovering himself. That's what I want women.
So this woman who sent this message now, how can she and her spouse, who is resentful of the fact that she's looking good, how can they begin to discover themselves and she accepts and
he's resentful of the demands he's making. He is not resentful of what she's becoming. That's the way I'm seeing this woman's story. So maybe, because in marriage, as you're growing, you're both growing, both of you are each other's best interest, number one fan, best interest protector, no matter what.
If one person is not growing,
you understand?
Exactly.
What's the question?
If one person is not growing,
what do we do? Because in this lady,
one person
is a high
flyer.
She's successful at work. She's doing so well. She's dressing corporate. She does not feel she's dressing bad. She's feeling that her husband keeps on this corporate dressing.
Question. If your husband is not growing at the pace at which you're growing, I would advise the woman to slow down. Because I've seen a lot of women who don't want to slow down for anybody, even their spouses, because they feel that it's going to. You see, when I say slow down, I mean slow down. Because eventually he will catch up. But a lot of people say, don't slow down, be yourself, but just carry, don't drag him along. Slow down to where, yes, to him, but you still be yourself, but be at his own pace.
If he never catches up, Uncle.
That's how we pray before marriage. That's how we pray we don't make a mistake with our marriage, because your marriage can make or break you. That's why in many cases they say if you marry right, your success ratio increases, both male and female. If a man marries a good woman, the rate of which he would succeed grows. If a woman marries the right man, her success rate will improve. So there's this narrative of me, I love myself, I am my own person. It brings division in marriage. And I like when you said slowing down. Now, as a woman decides to slow down, there must be strategy on how you can help him grow, catch up.
Yes.
Okay,
so
you know why I'm
slow down and give up. Accept it.
You know why I'm saying this?
And it's simple, exposure. The many cases, the people that men that don't grow is because they're not exposed to the growth people.
Yes,
if you hang around, I was telling myself, I'm hanging around people that are buying land of 10 million naira. That's why I'm saying land of 10 million naira. If I hang around those that are selling 100 million naira house, well, that commission is BEMU. So I'm having meetings with people that are selling them, because if I'm around them, I definitely begin to
that's
like that.
Exposure
is important.
All the people have affected me.
We can see that. We might be dancing now.
I'm dancing. We're seeing now. Okay, please, may I say, so I have someone in my town that's unfortunately got involved with a man who has refused to grow. Now, this man is a businessman. He's always going, traveling to do business. But his circle, he's from this very archaic mentality of the man is the Lord and there's nothing anybody can do about it. And he has refused to change. They have tried to do therapy, it's not working. They've tried to do counseling, it's not working. He has outrightly refused to change. He's afraid of change, whatever it is. Now, what do I tell that lady? Because from time to time we have conversations. Of course, I will not tell you what to do, but I would ask you, where do you think you are? Where do you think you're going? This woman, no, let me tell you something. This woman now, she has compromised a lot. She has no identity of her own, and she's constantly bitter. Now, if you had a child like that, what would you advise that child to do? You see, because there are people that are actually on the extreme, and I've seen that. There are people who would, by interference and, mingling with each other, they will now start seeing things differently.
This is how I see it. Marriage is for adults, not for children. If you're with somebody in that situation, as a woman who is in that marriage, that man, you would find those opportunities, those learning opportunities that will come. They can't be all bad all through. There will be those spots, those points where he's receptive to receive. Those are the times you take advantage. You study him. I can't study him more than you.
You need to be wise.
You will know when. If you want to keep that, you will know when to enter him. A few things. Now, there are some men that are what's the word? Unrepentant.
Unpolished.
Those were there as a decision as an adult. You can say, you know what, I want to step aside. I need to leave.
But
we are adults here. But if you want to fix it, find opportunities to
women who
drive improvements. Sometimes I talk about it.
They just ignore you. So
I'm going to save their life.
I'm going to go on a break. When I come back, I want us to talk about the fact that women who love attention. So you're not cheating on your husband. You love him to pieces. You like it. You love him. And you respect him. But you love the attention you get outside. You are pretty, you are yellow, you are fine, you are everything, you are yo. Everybody see you, and then see as you enter the room, they're like, wow, who is that? You enjoy the attention. And your man is just complaining. How do you reconcile that? Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Introducing the Save and Win Pali promo. Just save 10,000 naira or more monthly and stand a chance to win up to 5 million naira and other exciting prizes in the Save and Win Pali promo. Download the Union mobile app to open an account or visit the nearest Union Bank branch. Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
Since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in our country and the world at large, we have channeled our manpower to increase capacity for the production of medical ambulances. Though it has not been easy, as our core values involve responding to emergency situations and managing to deliver fast against all odds. Innocent vehicles will continue to satisfy the automobile needs of our country, both in emergency and normal situations. For country and for God, innocent vehicles drive with pride.
Place and it brighten. Make everybody be wonder. Waiting me cause I'll be shine. Lush hair. Long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair. So you want to slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight or curly. You know they tango. Lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they only trust Lush Hair Extensions to bring out the shine in them. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
Make it calm down. Eat the farm say you sabi. You want to grow 6 packs in a day. I beg you not to pass your power. You want to show yourself, oh.
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Bye.
Don't worry, dear. I'll take care of it. How do you manage to keep your fabric so white? Wow! And how do you manage to keep your house this clean?
I always use Hypo to make our white clothes whiter and to keep our home clean and germ-free.
Make your white fabrics whiter and your home free of illness causing viruses and germs with the disinfecting power of Hypo Bleach.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're going to be discussing handling the flamboyant spouse. So we'll come to that, but let me take a few messages from Facebook.
Professor Sakimboyewa says marriage involves living, which doesn't living some things, which means both husband and wife must be ready to sacrifice certain things they used to do when they were single. Sally Abiodun said, my husband always wants me to look good, and some styles he asks me to sew are not what I'm used to from my upbringing.
Yeah.
But I'm complaining because marriage is involved. As if she was single, she would do what she likes. Oni says nothing is bad in looking good, but the problem is the man secure enough, lack of trust as well.
Rima Tumataya says some men are insecure when their women is flashy, while some are proud of it. So it has to be, you have to know who you are and who you are involved with. Adetong Adewaju says, I disagree with Tope and BC. What if they had agreed before getting married that once we get married, you won't be allowed to dress or look hot or sexy? Festus Akimboyewa says, marriage is a lifetime of adjustment. The lady must be ready to adjust to two becoming one.
So this
Both of them
flamboyant thing I said, where maybe the wife or the husband likes to want to enter the tomb where everybody knows, who's this babe, who just enter, and that attention gives her confidence or gives him confidence, you know, makes him a better person. And that, as a spouse, bothers you, but you don't know how to explain, how to have the conversation around this.
Okay, so it's important that you understand the love language your partner speaks. Some people, their primary love language is words of affirmation. Those are the type of people that like to be told they look good, they like to be told they've done well, you know, and leverage on that to fill up her love tank. So you as a spouse should know this is what she wants and you fill it up for her. If you fill it up for her, she will have no need to get outside validation because she's getting enough of it. When somebody looks at me today and says, do you know you are very beautiful? I start from I know before I say thank you. Some people say it's pride, but I want to make you understand that my husband tells me this every 5 minutes of the day. In fact, my husband sees my friends, if you know him very closely, he has words to appreciate you. Say, Amoraya is looking this, that. Do you know why I don't feel bad? The words he used for me is different. But I have my own customized appreciation. So he doesn't use that for every other person. And I understand that, of course, he has eyes. He will see a beautiful woman. Mariah, you're beautiful. Nima, you're beautiful. Miriam, you're beautiful. And that's okay. But because he has filled my love tank, I have no need to be jealous that my husband just says somebody else is beautiful.
But you're already married to somebody with no fish out now.
No, understand something. So you need to explain to him that these are some of the things that make me happy. Honey, tell me I'm fine now. I had a family member who they've been married for over 30 years now, whose husband will see another person outside and say, you are looking this. Meanwhile, it's the cloth that the wife has worn that dashed the person that he saw. When the wife wore the cloth, he did not say the wife was weak. We kept judging case. I had to explain to him. I said, Daddy, please. They're a very close family member. Please, tell mommy that she's looking.
Let me take this call from...
She's old now. I think she still needs to hear it.
Let me take this call from Balikis. Are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yes, I'm there. Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
So you see this topic, today's topic.
Yes.
Each individual, being the man or the woman, you need to understand yourself, your personality. Oh, this is me. This is what I want to do. Me, when I was in school, I was already dating my husband then. So I saw so many people, like guys, who are ready to date me, of which whom I love. But as a Muslim, just because of their dressing, you have to wear it from head to toe. So I'm a Muslim, I use hijab. So you have to wear your hijab from head to toe. This kind of dressing is what I want. And I noticed, I cannot cope with this. So I have to move aside for this. No. I said no to that person immediately because I know I cannot dress the way you want me. If especially I go into the relationship, I know it won't even work for both of us. So this my husband that I got married to that we were already dating before I saw this other person. I noticed I can actually control him. Saying this is the way I want to dress. and at least he will understand me.
Right.
But after we got married, he was not referring to the way the other person I actually said no to wanted me to dress, like cover yourself from head to toe. So I was confused that, and I'm into this marriage, what will I do? So I find a means of change. It's not my fault. So I said, okay, you want me to use it that cover myself. Okay, I started dressing, but I did not cover myself. I just make sure that at least the job got to a place. And when he sees me, wow, this is good, this is a head. And at times, I will just say, go back to my normal self. When I see that he was already carried away, he has gotten carried away. So I go back to...
Right. Okay. So, point taken, right? Let's compromise.
I wanted to...
let me attempt to answer the question.
I wanted to talk about, the
Flamboyant.
man.
Okay.
So when you marry a man who is not in his normal nature to compliment anybody, but maybe in conversation, he sees a person, and for lack of words, just say, you look good. It doesn't mean anything. And you are waiting for... Because this example that BC gave, some men can't talk. I have an uncle whose wife likes to dress. But it's not in his... We have never heard him, even to me, compliment even a child. So some people are not just vocal. I remember growing up, my father would give us money to go do our hair. When we come, because I wasn't wearing the hijab then, and nobody compliments me. You must compliment me. I used to put my head in my father's face when I said, "You not see that I've just out my hair. You not see that I'm dressing."
But Nima, don't forget what your thoughts. There's a part where a lot of men who get married haven't fully discovered themselves. Many of them are married where they are just trying to find a job or get themselves settled. So they allow a lot of things. If your wife is a high flyer, she's doing well in her office, you allow her to be her. So, but as your resources and your finances increase, you begin to have some kind of confidence. And then, so when the man finally has money, he's not telling you, listen, that dress you're wearing before, I don't want you to wear it again. I want you to start dressing like this. That is a man who has finally become his own. In that situation, how does a woman manage a man who before had no issues with what you're wearing and suddenly has changed?
So change is constant. Let me first attempt to answer the first question. Where if somebody that loves attention, and I need to say this, the insecurity swings both ways. If a man likes attention and a man gets attention and the spouse is uncomfortable, it means the spouse does not trust the partner, does not trust herself and her ability to satisfy the partner. So those are two things. So there's insecurity and there's lack of trust. If I trust my partner, I can get complimented by 1 million people, and my husband knows there is nothing you can say that will get you anywhere around her. So that's trust. Place of trust is important, and place of your having being self-secure. Now, there are people that are attention seekers, and it's an issue that needs to be dealt with. People just they don't like themselves enough. They feel better validating from people coming outside. So if a spouse spots that as an issue, whether in a male or a female, deal with what is causing it and help them understand that what you're doing is attention seeking. Don't do it. Realize what you're worth, and don't let so that you're not swinging. Somebody compares you today, you're happy. They don't compare you today, you're not happy. Frowning. Don't let that be your case. So let us learn to diagnose what the real issues are and not label people based on what they are displaying, because most times there are other hidden things that cause those things to show up.
Let me take Peace. Peace, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning, you're live. Go ahead, please.
My first time caller.
Welcome to the
show. Okay, from my own point of view, before I got married, I made sure I don't have the room to compromise later. I'm the type that was brought up without hearing. So when students start coming, there's one that told me that after marriage, all this your deeper life book will change. I have to stop there because it won't work for me. But later on, I got married to somebody that appreciates the fact that I don't wear earrings, I don't wear necklace, and we are good to go. So coming later to change, to compromise, always brings conflict.
It's not very clear.
She picks the right.
So she's an SU, and when her husband met her, she met someone who wanted her to change, to dress up and open up, and she refused to date him until she met someone who appreciated her. I had that experience just the same month, and I chose between my husband. So the person that came after him the first thing he said was looking at me, and I was wearing a small, because at home I sometimes wear small hijab, depending on where I'm coming from. I'll just flip it. And they are coming to meet me in my house. And they said to me, I said that you like to cover up, but maybe after we get married, you start to reduce it. I was just listening to the person. I did not say a word. As we were just going, I was just blocking number. Thou shall not see.
So everybody knows.
Yes.
So you find
Choose
your
your
own. You find your body.
But Brian, you said that some people change and
grow.
some men grow in marriage, and we all grow. And a man can grow to the point and it feels like with the level, especially if they get spiritual, like the case of Kanye, when they feel very spiritual and they feel like the Holy Spirit is not doesn't need to be married to. You can't do this. And the challenge would be in how well can you communicate the change you desire without making the person feel bad. Because so communication is what causes problems.
Thank you, let me establish it properly. So your husband now gave his life to Christ and becomes a minister in church. And both of you are just church members and you're cool. But now he's not minister XYZ.
God touched him first.
And now the wife of minister, and you still want to wear your cleavage and your high heels and everything and you're thinking, bros, now stop cramping my style. So where does that place? Do we now compromise? How much of a compromise should you consider?
So there was a radio station I was listening to while driving one evening, and the husband got called. So now that he got called, sexual relation between himself and his wife has to be reduced.
Yes.
And this is a woman who loves to touch, hug, and everything. 24/7. It's not of the Lord. It is ungodly for her to be all over.
That's an issue.
This is a crisis.
This is a crisis.
That one, the major one.
No, but you see, you can still walk around.
So the thing is,
how? I want to hear you.
When you start looking at somebody else.
Ibrahim, good morning. Are you there from Kogi?
Yes.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
I'm a first-time
Welcome to the show.
I have reported your view to Tope and Nima.
Oh, okay.
When I wanted to celebrate my daughter's 30th birthday.
Okay.
And then Nima apologized.
You did not.
You see, this topic, Nima apologized to be a messenger.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, this topic goes to my daughter. Way back in the university, she was a fashionista and she's still a fashionista. But she's married now for about 8 years, and luckily she's a banker. And you know how bankers dress. And she's endowed backside.
What's banter?
Banker.
Okay.
And the suit is sitting on the heels.
And the husband, like Tope said, if you have satisfied your wife to the beam, you don't need to be scared. You don't need to. So some of men are insecure. They are insecure. So each time my daughter takes time to dress, she'll be like, is it this makeup you are still doing? How many minutes will it take you? But please help me tell them to.
Oh, so that's another example. See, so I want you to address both issues.
Yeah, so the first issue we talked about, where God calls one person and then the other person has not heard the call. Even God
call make you not human.
No, hold on first now.
Food of life.
As a called Christian, don't do.
Yeah, so the problem we have is God calls you and everything changes automatically. It doesn't work that way. It's a process. So because you are the one that heard the call, you now carry your gongo and pick your phone, you carry your gongo and you're going, and you're dragging somebody behind. You give that person time to process your call. They did not come here and you did not hear God. You heard, and you now want to change a lifetime that I've had building who I am. Give me time, give me process, and understand when I'm slow to follow you. Because it's your works, your fruits that will tell me that God has really called you, and God will now start ministering to me. So it's not about just dragging the person. You still need to put that person in prayer. God, you have called me, but still speak to her so that we can work together. That one that you talked about where you are no longer doing. God did not call you to stop doing your wife.
But you see, let's go there.
You have been married and life.
You see, let's go there.
Yeah, let's go there.
Because when God calls you, there's a way when God doesn't call you. There's a way you do it. That is very, very dramatic.
Yes. Okay.
There's very, very experiential and adventurous.
Okay.
When you are called, you turn your adventure down.
Why?
Calm down. There's a way it is done when God calls you. Very respectful, because you know that you are there with the Holy Spirit.
I don't get called out, but I want to finish me for this one.
You don't just do it.
Wait, Morayo. So
the Holy Spirit is gentle. Do you know the Holy Spirit is fire? Do you know the Holy Spirit is fire? He can come with fire or thunder. So it doesn't make you reduce your tenacity or whatever.
I just remember one experience
called.
in my marriage. Early in my marriage, I would fast Monday, Thursdays, I would fast every day. And my husband was just waiting. This guy did not have knowledge of all the Quran and Sunnah to argue with me. So one particular afternoon I was fasting, I was like, I'm fasting. He was like, he said, but we're not in Ramadan. I said, I'm fasting. I was like, come here. I read in the Quran that you cannot fast until I authorize you for your voluntary. I want my wife this afternoon. Really?
So even in Christianity.
So calling that you will do. You have to carry this person's interest.
So I think that it boils down to communication.
Yeah.
Our ability to communicate in a sensitive way, understanding that this person is not where I am. This person does not understand things the way I understand it.
How long will she wait?
As long as it will take. As long as
we keep praying,
you will keep on.
Where is our breaking point?
Let me take this call first. Good morning, are you there? Hello, you're live.
The call.
Talk about your address. Where's her breaking point? How long?
You know what?
If it takes forever.
We're thinking it's the female,
it's marriage
male or female.
No, this one, it was a woman whose husband was called.
So the woman, the husband is called. You look for somebody, and you always say, bring a person that your spouse respects into the scene to help mediate issues that are beyond you.
The person may be like that
beyond you. So bring somebody that demands, that understands. You see, human beings have need. This matter.
Wait, if the person is the same with you,
you can't use that for the person. You must find someone that understands the situation you are in.
Okay. You see, it's difficult to find that person.
Exactly.
Because you are in a place where they've been told that as a called person,
who tell you
this one is wrong.
Who told you?
I have heard the message before. When
there are some churches they don't allow those adventures in the other room.
You don't know adventure. You do this, baby. That's the only one that I allow.
I don't know that kind of church.
So you as a woman who have done all the research, your husband is not saying, "Calm down."
Monkey in the shadows.
This is the only way we are doing. So
what would that happen to the monkey in the shadows?
As a woman, shouldn't you understand that this is now the system? Shouldn't you begin to calm down? Because we told the woman to calm down. Remember, we told her to compromise.
No.
So can she not compromise in this situation?
In this matter of the other room, there's only one rule.
Yeah.
And the rule is everybody's with the two parties 100% satisfaction. Both of you are committed to pleasing each other no matter what.
Thank you. It's even in the scripture.
So I agree with that one too.
Yes.
But I feel that when you're talking with someone that's not on your same wavelength or you are not on the same page, you need to always find a way to get
let me take Moses and I'll come to you. Moses, from Adamawa, let's take a few more messages, please.
There are plenty of messages.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
All right. Well, first and foremost, there is no area that God will call you and then it will affect your relationship with your wife. Once you are married and God called you as a married person, it cannot affect your relationship with your wife. So that is very clear. There is no level of spirituality we reach if you are a married man and then you say, because I'm not spiritual, there is nothing that can go on until I choose to do. It cannot happen. Then the other aspect I want to contribute is marriage is compromise, just number of jobs. Once you get married, you are no longer there. So you compromise to the other person. There should be understanding because you got married as adults. So if you have already developed your own way of life, your life and your life, it will not be open. But once you come together, you will not get to compromise. You know you are a married woman. It's the way that a married woman is different from an unmarried woman.
Okay. Thank you very much for your comments. Comments on
People are shouting Morayo for this.
They are shouting Morayo, the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is not against. The Holy Spirit being present does not. Everything is allowed on the marriage surface.
God called. Please, what is God's phone number? Morayo says the Holy Spirit is there. Before we call Morayo.
Chairman Ameti says, it's not true, Morayo. Your Holy Spirit is happy when you are pleasing.
I like this one. One case Chuk says, my special assignment right now on my wife is to put her in her the idea that I will die one day and leave her alone with the children so that when I'm not there, she will not break down.
So let me even quickly say that when it comes to conversations about the other room, I would like more women to be bold to say it exactly how they feel it. We used to be like this before. Now God has called you, has not told me. While we're working on him, bringing me along and everything, please this one cannot stop because that's what we have accustomed to. Do you want me to now starve? No, just put it out like that. Don't feel, okay, because he has said so, let me be waiting on him. Tell him, I need this. This is how we have patterned ourselves. You know my libido, I know your libido. We've worked like, I need it. Open your mouth and tell your husband that you need it. I need it. It's a need. Don't be ashamed when it comes to that. Then let's work out an arrangement. So you say, I can give you a few days off to do your prayers and all of that. But see, these other days, you're going to do it. And you will do it well. Don't tell me only one of spontaneity in marriage. Don't give me days off. No, let me say, Jesiah Obogoyeme says, one of the most miserable marriages in literature is that of Leo Tolstoy, who became a spiritual philosopher years into his marriage, leaving his wife behind. I'm sure God doesn't want to ruin anybody's marriage. We have to compromise since you didn't marry a demon. You're being called by God doesn't change your spouse. Leave them the way they are. If they become more spiritual, fantastic. They will follow you.
Nima, I don't want to talk with two sides of our cheeks. We said it here earlier that we are not against us compromising. So in this situation, we're asking the woman to compromise. We're also asking the man to also compromise.
So that we meet halfway.
So both of us have gone to extremes.
There are exceptions to the general.
So how do we meet halfway such that nobody is left unhappy? Because we are saying marriage, we are all going to compromise.
It's not that rule matter. There are general. There's exceptions.
You can't say this.
Give that same compromise. Don't exclude one perspective, because legitimately that man might have received the call from God and feel like he's confused. I need to change. I need to become holy. This thing does not look holy, and he's going through that process. Give the person time. That's the part of the compromise, because when you are pregnant and you are spitting everywhere, vomiting everywhere, and you're not in the mood, he also should respect you during that period and give you time to recover.
Women who have extreme sexual libido when they're getting into menopause, people react differently. So the extreme is that you don't want sex at all. So people want it more than they ever did.
May I quickly say that the mindset that sex in marriage is not holy is an anomaly. Let us be preaching the truth in the churches. It is an anomaly. The only thing you say is sex outside marriage and all of that is fornication and adultery. Inside marriage, everything is legitimate. So do your work.
Let us switch it.
Can come here anyway.
Now, so as we are wrapping up on this conversation, because we are still talking about how our spouses can manage their insecurities, because we want to go out there and be who we are and express ourselves the best way we know how. There was something we said earlier where talk about saying that no matter what happens outside, your husband has filled up your cup to that level. But and I'm asking you ladies this question: are there things out there that can get your husband to be insecure about you or to feel scared? Is there a speck that Topper likes? Is there a speck that BC might end up saying, who is that guy? That might make your husband feel somewhat fearful that even though she doesn't do anything, because there is that possibility that this person has opened a small window that might become a door tomorrow. We have this individual fear.
It happens that you lapse once in a while. So you might trust and be secure in your wife and you just love your wife, you trust and you're secure in your marriage. Once in a while, there's that time of that. So that's why it's a two-party thing. I know my husband. If any of such things happen, my business, that's the way I run. I'm not saying you must do it too. Is to give him 101 reassurance of where we are and we continue where we are. I don't joke with that reassurance moment that I have to give my husband. I don't push my husband to the point where he has to take certain decisions that I will now be questioning. If I fear mistakenly that this thing worries, there's a person that I have completely blocked off my phone. When I started making friends with this person, is of opposite sex, my husband never felt insecure. I was the one reporting that this person, I think the person is crossing too many lines. Well, the very first time we had an argument about that person, I was like, what is even this person? block, forget this person's existence totally. I give him 101% not to worry. That's the way I operate.
I think that's very important, that we don't just respect in our mind, we show our respect. We verbalize our respect, because while many people watching don't understand love language or understand how to effectively communicate all those things, so for some for some person just saying it is enough, but for others you need to say and show. So I think that there are people that I've seen around my husband that I was uncomfortable with. It was really early in our marriage. That this drama, even he knows that day I was uncomfortable. I don't get it. A lady rushed to see my husband, and the hugging was not today. And I was standing there looking like, Ejo, you know he's married now. Like, what's going on? What kind of questionable hug is that?
Was she
she now hugged like that? No.
The hugging was serious, so I was uncomfortable.
You do side hug.
And I had to just say that, what was your relationship with this person before? You know, so for me, there's some people, and my husband too will let me know that this person you're talking to for this long, would you like it if I have a female friend that I'm talking to like this for this long? So communication is important. If you are uncomfortable, say it. He has told me, this person, this conversation is going too far. Would you like it if I'm doing the same thing? And I said no. He said, so don't do it. Full stop. And that moment, I stopped because I realized I don't want him uncomfortable, because I cannot take it if he's the one doing it. Don't give what you cannot take. And even if you can take it, don't give it if he does not want it.
Yeah, so I think I'll go with reassurance. No matter how strong we think we are, or we claim to be, there's always that weak spot, weak moment where you feel uncomfortable with a relationship with either of your spouses. Maybe your wife is not getting too close to one brother that's, and maybe you have sized up the brother. When we're dating and all of that, we used to tell our spouses our spec. That's our greatest undoing. So you already know it's tall, dark, and handsome that gets this one. And then one tall, dark, and handsome just comes and and he starts feeling. So what I do is I reassure you that it go hard. The way you treat me, it go hard. Who you put sugar for mouth, we won't drop them. It will be hard for somebody to come and near your place, not to talk of taking your place. I give him that assurance, and I say, you are my odogu, forget. Nothing is happening. And so when I feel uncomfortable with some people coming around him, you say, Assam, you have everything of mine.
But it's always that thing, because people, recently somebody was, if I say this now, the person will know that I know. Somebody was telling me that was talking about me. She was even thinking that because I was staying hanging out with her husband, she was now they are reporting me to somebody else. Okay. So Ryan was thinking, and I just pretend as if I didn't hear, because I would rather err on the side of caution.
Thank you.
So don't tell me, she's been insecure. She thinks that because I'm friends with her husband that I'm trying to do anything. What's her business? That is your own conversation.
He's my husband.
He's my husband. Yeah. With all due respect. So yes, I might be. I come across as insecure. I might come across as, but
it doesn't matter.
You're not insecure. Even the Quran says that. There's a part I read. Let me not quote it. Let me quote it right. That even when you want to, your cattle, you trust your cattle to the Lord and tithe. You trust your cattle to the Lord and you tithe. Yeah. So that means I know that this thing, I trust God, but I will put a rope and tithe.
I wanted to quickly even jump on that comment. So I do it. If I feel that maybe the way I am with your husband is too much, I go through you to see your husband. I don't go to straight. No matter even when we grew up together.
To do.
So I have a friend today, the one that called me for your number yesterday. I go through her to talk to her husband, and her husband has been my best friend for over 24 years.
Yes.
But it depends on the relationship.
No, it doesn't matter. I think
out of respect for that.
Respect people and what they're sensitive about. At some point when that reassurance was important, I made sure I gave her that reassurance. It was her husband who was my best friend. I think people should learn to do that thing. So rather than have the conversation of, she was insecure around, you respect that, because if you're in that situation, what will happen?
Like it.
Go through her, you can even say to her that I totally didn't mean to disrespect you.
I just walked away. If I job from here to tomorrow, that's your business. I did what I thought was right, and I did it.
And you did, and you have a right to do it. And I think a lot of women, because of backlash, they will be watching. You will open your door and let something creep into your house. There is no reason.
I don't want to think.
Let's talk about some silly things that we've done. So I have had to. There's a lady that used to jump car with my husband early in my marriage when I was nursing, and I was all full from 8 to 16 everywhere. I just didn't look good. And she would come every morning, but cleverly not greet me, not stop at the house and go and wait at the car. She would now post at the passenger's door. After I've cited her like 2 times, I'll now pack the food and go and give. I'll go and drop it in the car just to say, you are there? Okay, we are here.
You were marking your territory.
No, don't mistake it. There's nobody at home. This man that is looking good.
Now me dresser.
I'm still cooking food. I'll put this in the car. So we have to do some extreme.
Unfortunately, you have to wrap up. Let me take one or two messages and we're running off.
Every relationship, one cake shoot says again, every relationship is carried by one spouse. There's no how both can do 50-50 efforts. It's always 70-20 effort that don't agree. Ada Ubiquitous says that other matter is more spiritual than you know. It is synonymous with worship between man and God. I agree. As we have.
Okay, I have to run. Let me clarify that. What did I say that Morello said? What I'm saying is that
some people feel
it's fine when you are in there because of the respect for the presence of the Holy Spirit as a sanctified woman of God and man of God. There's a way you do it. That is different from those of you who are in the world. You do it without care. Just do it. Those of us that are sanctified, only by saying share that you know that we
are not sanctified.
Soundtrack. That soundtrack is a prayer point. See you tomorrow.
We are not sanctified, Abby.
We are not sanctified.
You are doing it. You are praying for your.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Are your kitchen drawers starting to look like a bad garage sale? Steamers, rice cookers, roasters, slow cookers, and just how many pots and pans does one kitchen really need? And every time you cook, cleanup's a disaster. Scraping, scrubbing, what a chore. What if you could replace all this with one single non-stick pan? And what if this pan was innovative in design and made of the highest quality craftsmanship? And what if you could cook with it on the stove and in the oven? Introducing Copper Chef, the non-stick all-round square pan. It's a breakthrough in technology. Copper Chef with extra deep sides replaces a roasting pan, a rice cooker, a steamer, a stock pot, a wok, and a baking dish. What's the secret? Copper Chef's innovative stainless steel induction plate heats the pan quickly and evenly with no hot spots. And watch this, Copper Chef is heat proof up to 850 degrees. Incredible! Plus, your Copper Chef pan features Ceramitech, a new generation of healthy ceramic non-stick technology. That means nothing will stick to your pan. And because you're cooking with ceramic non-stick, you don't have to add all that extra fat and butter.
Copper Chef is unbelievable. You don't have to use as much oil or butter, and it cooks in half the time.
Copper Chef's stainless steel induction plate makes it perfect for any surface: electric, gas, ceramic, and induction. Amazing!
With over 1 million units sold worldwide, the Copper Chef has taken the cooking industry by storm and is now available in Nigeria exclusively from ShopX TV. You could be paying over 100,000 naira for a pan that's not even non-stick. But call the number on the screen now and get the Copper Chef single pan for just 34,750 naira. Your Copper Chef pan also comes with a deep fry basket, a tempered glass lid, a steam rack, and a recipe book at no extra charge. But that's not all. ShopX TV is proud to introduce the Copper Chef XL pan to add to your collection. The family-sized XL pan is 60% larger than the standard pan and works on all stoves including electric, gas, ceramic, induction, and even in the oven. Call the number on the screen now and also order the amazing 360 non-stick frying pan with induction plate to add to your Copper Chef collection. This amazing Copper Chef triple combo set has a combined retail value of over 167,000 naira. But if you call now, you can get the entire 3-piece collection for not 167,000 naira, not even 120,000 naira, but just 81,900 naira. That's a savings of over 80,000 naira. This incredible ShopX TV offer includes 2 deep fry baskets, 2 tempered glass lids, 2 steam racks, and a recipe book, all for just 81,900 naira. But hurry, this exclusive TV offer is for a limited period only. So call now while stocks last. Let's get cooking. The proceeding was a paid presentation brought to you by ShopX TV.
Are you ready?
This is Max Hits.
Now it's about that time. Hey. I got hit music. Yeah.
All the hits.
Max Hits. Yeah.
Let's go.
All the hits.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Most played.